All right, let's dive right in. If you're at the helm of a multinational company, or really any large registered company, you know this feeling. It's that constant tension between trying to get a clear global picture and getting bogged down by all the local rules. Today, we're going to break down exactly how to solve that. You know, every global leader is caught in this constant tug of war. On one side, you desperately need that single unified dashboard, right? You want to see cash flow from Mumbai to Manhattan, all in one place. But on the other hand, you are buried in the nitty-gritty details of local regulations. So which one wins? What if you didn't actually have to choose? There's actually a name for this problem. We call it the compliance paradox, and it's this fundamental clash between needing a single source of truth for your entire global operation and the absolute non-negotiable need to navigate this incredibly complex web of local laws, taxes, and reporting standards. Honestly, it's a paradox that can absolutely paralyze growth. So here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to walk through this challenge step by step. We'll start by really unpacking that compliance paradox, then introduce what a modern financial core looks like, build out a connected ERP ecosystem around it, and show you how it all leads to what we call your Glocal advantage. Okay, so let's start with the problem itself. Because the global compliance paradox, well, it isn't just some abstract strategic headache. It has a very real and often very high cost when your global view is all fragmented and disconnected. And this really lays out that daily balancing act perfectly. On one side, you want that beautiful, unified global dashboard. But on the other, you're juggling completely different tax systems. You've got GST in India, then there's VAT over in the UK, and of course, the mess of different sales tax laws across the US. Now, throw in the chaos of currency fluctuations, and you can see how just one tiny compliance mistake can end up costing you millions. For decades, the proposed solution was a traditional ERP. But you know the story, right? They often come with these massive six-figure price tags, take literally years to implement, and are just slow and cumbersome to use. That model is broken. The modern approach has to be different. It's got to be agile, it's got to be scalable, and it has to be built with native compliance for the global stage baked right in from the start. So how do you actually build this thing? Well, it all starts with a strong modern financial core. And just as an example of what this looks like in the real world, let's take a look at a platform like zohobooks. The best way to think about a modern financial core is as a financial shapeshifter. It's designed to adapt. So, for example, it can handle multi-currency transactions without you even thinking about it, fetching exchange rates automatically. You can run multiple organizations for each country, keeping them legally separate but managerially connected. So your German branch can be totally GDPR compliant while your Indian branch is e-invoice ready, all in the same system. And on top of all that, you absolutely need an ironclad audit trail and role-based security. Those are the features that auditors demand. But here's the thing. A modern ERP is so much more than just the accounting software. To really function on a global scale, you need a truly connected ecosystem. Let's see how that gets built out. You know, this quote just says it all. Your financial core is critical, no doubt about it, but it's really just the foundation. To get that true global visibility and that operational control you need, you have to have a suite of tools that all talk to each other seamlessly. Generally, a modern ERP really rests on four main pillars. First, you need an analytics tool that acts as your consolidation engine. Second, an expense management system for all that global travel and spending. Third, an HR platform to manage your global team. And fourth, a centralized security system for governance. We'll use the Zoho suite here as an example to see how these pieces can work together. Okay, so let's zoom in on that first pillar. How do you actually achieve true global financial visibility when all your legal entities are separate? Well, the answer really lies in the power of analytics. Oh man. For any global controller or CFO watching, this slide is probably way too familiar. It is the nightmare of consolidation. You're manually pulling data from spreadsheets, converting currencies, trying to blend financials from different legal entities. It's a slow, painful, and frankly error-prone process that you have to do every single month. And here is the after picture. This is what you're aiming for. By connecting a powerful analytics tool, you can automate this entire process. It can pull the financial data from all your global branches and just generate a single consolidated profit and loss statement in your HQ's base currency. And this isn't a report that's weeks old. This is a real-time view of your company's global health. So now that we have visibility, let's talk about control and efficiency. This is where we bring in those other pillars to really streamline your global operations, managing expenses, people, and security. This table really breaks down the why behind each part of the ecosystem. An expense tool isn't just about scanning receipts, it's about enforcing your spending policies consistently across the globe. An HR platform centralizes all your employee data, which is absolutely critical for things like accurate billing. And a unified security tool? That's non-negotiable. It lets you enforce policies like two-factor authentication from a single admin panel for everyone. So we've covered visibility and we've covered operational control. All of this leads us to the ultimate takeaway from this explainer, a whole new way to think about your strategy. At the end of the day, it all points to one core idea, a global solution. It's truly the best of both worlds. You get the global visibility that headquarters needs, combined with the strict native local compliance that each country demands. This approach gives you the agility of a startup with the governance of a major enterprise. And that right there is the modern competitive advantage. And that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. Take a good look at your current systems, your processes, your entire strategy. Is your ERP truly built for the modern borderless enterprise, or is it actually holding you back? Thanks for watching.